As the title says, this is my March wrap up. I only read 7 books this month, and let's get to it. Okay, Wrath by Ella James. This is an enemies to lovers sports romance. This book has a lot of angst. Guys, this book, it was good. By the way, I gave it a 3-star. It was good. It's 702 pages. It's a thick one. And I did listen to this with an audiobook. So I did immersive read. And let me tell you, there's a lot of things about this book that is sad because there, like I said, there's angst, there's trauma, there's drug use, there's one of the MMCs is suicidal, there's a lot of homophobia. Check your trigger warnings before you pick up this book. If you do, yeah, one of the MMCs in the beginning, he's hard to like because he does things and says things that are just so not okay. But as you continue in the story, you realize why he is the way he is because of how hurt he is and the trauma that this man has. Oh my gosh. And like I said, it's a very long book. So in my opinion, okay, this book is broken up into different parts. So let me read it to you. Okay, so there's the first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter, overtime, and double overtime. In my humble, ever so humble opinion, because we're humble over here, I do believe that, if I remember correctly, I think I felt like the third quarter was unnecessary. How many chapters are in the third quarter? Okay, there are 13 chapters in the third quarter. And I felt like there only needed to be like 1 or 2. I do not think it needed to be that long. Granted, there were things about that quarter, that section of the book that I just did not like because of things that were happening to both of them. But also, I feel like it just didn't need to be that long. Like, it could have been summarized in like a chapter or 2. But that is my ever so humble opinion. And of course, as always, Paulton agrees with me because he makes the law over here. Okay? Anyway, like I said, it was a 3-star. I liked it. It was good. I do recommend it, but as I said, check your trigger warnings. So yeah, as you know, because I'm going to assume that you watched my January wrap-up video, because if you didn't, why the fuck didn't you? Anyway, so in my March, not March, this is the March wrap-up. In my January wrap-up, you know that I read the North Shore series, which I love. Those books were crack to me, and that was written by Lola King, and I wanted to read more Lola King, so that's what I did this month. I read her first series, I believe. It's called Stoneview Series. There's 4 books. The 4th one is a novella. I didn't read it, but it's the first 3 books. So the first book's called Giving In, the second one's called Giving Away, and the third one is called Giving Up. In my opinion, I do not think it needed to be this long. Overall, the series was a 3-star, but I will say the last 2 books, Giving Away and Giving Up, I would probably give that a 2.9, but the first book I would give a solid 3 because there was a point in the story where I got more invested. But with Giving Away and Giving Up, like, yes, I was interested all the way through, but I also felt like it kind of dragged on, and I was a little tempted to DNF. I didn't. This is a bully romance. It's set in high school. Oh, and by the way, the MMC and the FMC, I do like them, but I don't love them. So Jake and Jamie, like I said, I like them, but there were times in this series that I got annoyed with them. Not like super annoyed, but I did get annoyed sometimes because I'm like, why? Like, they just did some stupid shit sometimes. And like I said, I got annoyed because they were both impulsive and sometimes they just did things. And I'm like, why? Why be so stupid? Why exist in the world that you two live in to be that stupid? You can't afford that shit. Anyway, That's just how I felt, and that's my opinion. Okay, I'll read the blurb to the first book, and then I'm moving on. Okay, Jake, 3 years. That's how much time my twin sister and I got before our past caught up with us. We were doing well, we were doing good, we were keeping out of trouble. Most of all, I was in control. But trouble always finds a reason to make its way back to us, and when it does, Jamie Williams is here to witness it. In the morning, I learned of her existence. In the afternoon, she was spying on me like a fangirl. By the evening, I figured I had threatened her enough to stay silent. Guess I will need to get a little more creative since my threats didn't work on her. I have time on my hands, darkness on my mind, and 100 ways to make Jamie Williams bend to my will. Okay, so to give some context, Jake does blackmail Jamie with something that she and her mom did. And he also, like, not only does he bully her over other stuff, he bullies her into wanting him, into being in a relationship with him. So yeah, and there's also a love triangle, by the way. And that's all I'm going to say. Overall, the series was a 3-star. So yeah, moving on. Continuing the Lola King journey, because I love her books. I did read her new series. She has 1 book out currently, although the next book in her new series is coming out April 22nd. So very soon. I'm excited about that. But anyway, the first book is called Loving the Liar, and this new series is called The Silver Falls University. So this is a college romance. It's a second chance romance. It's brother's best friend. They also has like the secret relationship going on. At least in the past, it was more so secret. But there's also a secret society. And this man, Christopher, is so obsessed with her. He will do anything to get her back. He wants a second chance. He's in love with her. He never stopped. He wants a second chance with her. And he will do anything and everything under the sun, manipulate everything, scheme to get her back. Even if she doesn't want him back, he will force her to want him back. So like I said, it's a dark romance. We listen and don't judge over here, okay? It's dark romance. What do you expect? None of these men are sane. Anyway, to give some context of this book starts in the present when they're broken up. And Ella, the FMC, her family is a part of this secret society, and something happens to where it leads her family, her standing is not good. Her and her family standing is not good. And Chris comes in to save the day, and yeah, that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. That's all you need to know. I do recommend it. I gave this book a 3.5. It was good. Okay, last but certainly not least, The Edge of Darkness Trilogy by Lee Rivers. Okay, I will say, I'm not done with it. I'm on the last book, Restitution. I'm like 40-something% into it, but I can already tell you that overall, I would give this trilogy a 3.5, and each book, Insatiable, 3.5, Ferocious, 3.5, and Restitution, 3.5. Even though I'm not done with the third book, doesn't matter. It's a 3.5. Okay, so this is, if you want to get into a real angsty read, oh boy, this is the trilogy for you. This trilogy has so many sad moments. Kate and Stacy, I mean, I know this trilogy does end in a happy ending. Not that I can say that for a fact because I am still reading it, but I do know they get a happy ending. But boy, do they work for it. And I'm not even done. Like, there's still more that I know will happen. I'm not even done. But like I said, please check your trigger warnings before you pick up this trilogy, because like I said, there's a lot of sad stuff that happens in this book, because Kate and Stacy, they both suffer a lot together, but also individually, like separately. And I would say, yes, this is a dark romance, no doubt about that. This series is dark, but it's not dark because like of their love or their relationship. In my opinion, it's more so dark because of their life and the circumstances around them and everything that's happened. And they both have a lot of trauma, and boy, do they hurt. And like earlier today, I was reading the third book, and something happened, and boy, did I cry. I'm not gonna say what it is, but yeah, I cried. So yeah, I will read the blurb to the first one, and I'm gonna explain the first one a little bit, but I'm not gonna explain the second or third one because that would be a spoiler, because I can't really explain those books because you would have to read the first one. But anyway, yeah. Cade Mitchell is obsessed with someone he despises. A snake in angel skin. Stacey Rhodes is everything he can't forget. The girl who shattered his heart and drove him deep into the darkness of the underworld. He watched her for years, killed anyone who came close to her, but now granted a brief moment of freedom from the life he's trapped in, he's back home and driven to claim her again, breaking every rule he's ever made for himself. Not even his hatred can stop the pull between them. Yeah. So I will say, to give a little context of this is also a second chance. They were together when they were teenagers, madly in love, but as all second chances go, they broke up over a misunderstanding, and boy, was that misunderstanding devastating, heartbreaking, and it had a huge domino effect, because them breaking up not only affected them, it affected other people around them. And that is all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Again, each book was a 3.5. I'm enjoying it. It's good. I had a good time. And yeah. So with that being said, this wrap up was short and simple. So that's all I have for you. What did you read this month? Please let me know. I hope you have a good April reading month. And of course, as always, thank you for being here. Paulton and I, thank you. And yeah, bye.